It is Team Dad Game back with another episode of the Colorado Rockies franchise. Today we're going to be getting through the month of June and July, going over some big moves. It is the trade deadline coming up, as well as the draft. So we're going to be getting that going. We're gonna play a game probably, and then get into the draft. It is in 18 days, so about right here, I think it is. And so I want to play the Milwaukee Brewers, I believe. We're gonna be playing this third game as Austin Gomber, as he has been our best pitcher of the year on his last year of the contract, most likely getting traded at the end of the year. Or I should say getting traded this deadline. We got Fernando, who looks alright, and Kevin, who looks like he's going to have a lot of power in that bat. Looks a bit raw, only 18 years old, so that makes sense. Let's see what he's got for closing pitchers. Recently scouted. Looks like there's some good closing pitchers coming up. We do scouted just in general. It's nice. So a lot of pitchers not scouted. That's okay. We're looking for mostly position players, but really anything. We do have who we won, and that's obviously Rick Gonzalez. He looks amazing hitting wise and defensively as a catcher. We talked about him in a previous episode. We haven't really looked at first base at all because we have Toglia. We've looked in the outfield a little bit, right field, but not really much, too much in the outfield. I want to do some more scouting there. Probably, the Dominican Republic. It's always a good move. Let's see. Three different. That's international, I believe. It's west, that's east. That's west, that's east. I like to look at this guy. I want to draft too. I like that. Let's get into this first game. Colorado Rockies, who played better in this than in real life. That is for sure. Select which air to use. Oh, what? I never saw that. You pick the announcers? Interesting. Yeah, Austin Gomber has by far been our best pitcher, surprisingly. Sub 3 ERA. It's been good. We switched the lineup a little bit up in the last episode, I believe, but still nothing that to write home about, I guess you could say. We're going against the Brewers, Central Division. Respectable team for sure.
Live from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Today, the finale of this three-game weekend set. It's the Colorado Rockies and the Milwaukee Brewers. first pitch coming your way next. About to get started here, and on the mound now.
Sub-4 ERA. No, he's been a really good pitcher his whole career. That is for sure.
Freddie Peralta. And Singy, we were talking earlier about how he's doing a great job navigating through tough spots.
I've just been so impressed with when it seems like there's more pressure, he's more calm and settles in. He's done an incredible job with runners in scoring position. Most guys, they get a little tight, they start to aim the baseball, but for some reason, he gets looser, the ball comes out of his hand with more life, and he's able to wiggle off the hook of tough situations and get his team back in the dugout.
Grounds one to
Put
short.
that to play right to, I almost said Willie Adames.
Sends it to first.
Not Willie Adames.
Ryan out on the play.
Whatever they got a shortstop.
Here's Bud Black's lineup for the Colorado Rockies.
He's a giant now.
Singy, this righty-heavy lineup is a bit unusual against a right-handed pitcher.
Yeah, Boog, certainly bucks the old conventional wisdom, and I'm not sure I see the vision from the manager on this one. You're not exactly putting your players in the best situation to succeed when you roll out a lineup like this. Maybe they've seen something on video that tells them there's a weakness to exploit. Perhaps that's it.
And that's
like
outside.
I mean,
Peralta with a stellar run lately on the mound, really carving up lineups. Next one misses, and that's ball 3.
Some pitchers can go out there and rip off a month or two of incredible starts. And right now, it looks like he's in one of those grooves. Really fun to watch.
106 off
Fires
the
over
bat, but he
Hoskins.
grounds out.
Nice efficient start to the afternoon. That's 2 out.
That's a painful out.
Here's Michael Toglia.
Our power hitter of the team.
Here's a batter who, for whatever reasons, plays better on the road, and that should help him here today.
3 balls, 1
3-1
strike.
count again. Looks like Freddie Peralta's having some control issues out the gate.
That one finds the zone.
Gets the
3 and 2 now.
Count is 3 and 2.
Ball 4 to me.
Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again.
I want to start that load a little bit sooner because of the good velo.
Contact.
Slide,
Hits that
but
the other
he
way, and that's
can't
going to be
come
a
up
2-out
with
single for Toglia. You know, Toglia started the year on very rough. It's really
so 2 down. Brenton Doyle will hit next. Swing and a base hit. And out to a board.
Doyle takes that up the middle, and that is
a swing like that can help you come out of the struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game.
Another one of our best.
But all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
There's Ryan McMahon now. The 1-1 is fouled off.
Well, the best way to shake off yesterday's struggles is to get on the board early. They've got a guy in scoring position. They've got to find a way here to get him in.
In the air on the
infield.
That
fastball up. And it looks like the Brewers are going to get out of that little
Hoskins
jam.
Makes the catch.
Rockies do get 2 hits, but they don't amount to anything.
And we're back. And on the mound today, Austin Gomber. And Singy, it's unique these days, but he's more of a pitch-to-contact type of guy.
Yeah, Boogie, he doesn't rely too heavily on the strikeout. He knows he needs to miss barrel.
Players in real life. One of my favorite players overall ever. Love him.
Get some soft contact, let the defense do work behind him. And I think a guy like that can keep a good tempo, don't give hitters time to adjust or think. They can move to a ball game, and you look off, they're in line for a quality start. We'll see what he's got in this one.
This is Bryce Terang. And a foul ball, he stays alive. Runner at first with no outs here. Outside low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. This one in the air, right field. Moniak.
Fastball. Moniak's there to make the play.
And there's 1 down. Let's take a look at the Brewers lineup. A guy who's been huge for them over the last month plus, William Contreras.
This guy had an on-base percentage of over 400 last month. That's just telling you he's taking his walks, he's getting his knocks, he's finding some holes. Everything just going really well for him right now. But don't overlook the fact that happens because he's having consistently good at-bats.
They get it in quickly. So first and second, now 1 out. Reese Hoskins to the plate. Swings over the top of that one.
The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect.
Oh, and he gets called.
Now 2 out.
Well, big strikeout right there, and maybe a little controversial with the call. I think he got a little bit of favor on the mound, no question about it. It's not exactly what you want to see in a big spot like that, and I'm sure there's some chirping going on from the dugout.
Line
drive. And he takes that the other way.
That's a base hit.
That's going to land. And he makes a throw.
He's safe. On the board first, it's 1-0. First and second, 2 outs. Jackson Choria up now for the Brewers.
Young phenom.
Well, lots of pitches thrown in this first inning, and it's kind of that nightmare scenario for starting pitching. But you know what? It's still early enough. He can settle in.
They limit the damage here. So 1 run in the inning on this base hit. It's now a 1. Second inning set to go. Here's the shortstop at
the most disappointing players so far we have on a contract for probably his whole rebuild.
The play, Ezekiel Tovar. And the right-hander deals.
Nope, outside.
That out. But last 3 games, batting .333. Gotta love that.
And a foul ball.
Late on that circle change. Nasty circle change.
Out towards right center field. Cameron on the move.
Center fielder's
pulls it down and he makes the catch. And there's 1 away. Sean Bouchard digs in now.
Bouchard started as a platoon player for the team this year, playing only versus lefties. But
and that's off the inside
playing pretty
edge.
good, so
and it's
put him in versus righties too, and he's still playing decent so far. So
now one
like
miss.
this, he'll stay on the
James
team.
Kingsley, our plate umpire, consistent as you mentioned, and maybe a little generous on the edges. Strike 2. Singy, what kind of strike zone is most frustrating for hitters?
I'd say off the plate, away, and down. And why? Those are the toughest locations to hit the baseball.
As the game has moved along, we see more and more information supplied by teams about the umpires. I've been in clubhouses where they have pictures of all 4 umpires, nicknames, hometowns, and as well hobbies listed, just so you can kind of small talk the umpire a little bit.
That's great.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Next pitch, a slider that misses outside.
Another 3-1 count. Third of the game, 3rd or 4th of the game already.
Swing and a miss as he was
late
late
on that fastball.
2 outs, base is empty. That's a good at bat right there. He was down early in that plate appearance. Works the walk. Jacob Stallings now.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So ball down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best. That is, if you are the offensive side of it.
That's a ball.
Next pitch is outside. Swings and chases a low one there.
12-6 curve.
Contreras down to first. Anytime the 2
Rockies are not able to get anything here.
And welcome back to the ballpark. And now the center fielder, Daz Cameron. And that's in for a strike.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
In the air, right side of the infield. And that's a fair ball.
But that will be a leadoff.
Anything but pretty right there, but he'll take it every time. Kind of just punts it out there the other way. Didn't hit it real hard, but he got just enough of it to dunk it behind the infield. And I tell you what, you'll take those every day you can get them. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Center field. He's got it.
Doyle
1 down.
There to make the play for the first half.
Well, those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like Like a wide receiver playing football.
Tap dances out of the way of that one. And that one is lifted in the air. Doyle sizes this one up.
Best part about Doyle.
Puts it away for the out.
That ain't gonna go nowhere.
Yeah. So the batting order turns over. Yelly stepping into the box now. Next pitch is downstairs. There's the swing and a miss.
2-2 the count.
Swings going for the K. Couldn't catch up to the heater.
Lead off single, but no worries from Dahmer.
Welcome back. Let's check out what's been happening of late. Really been struggling.
Chris Ryan for a second.
And a 1-1.
He takes that right up the
Liner,
middle for a
base
leadoff
hit.
single.
So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Continues to be decent this year.
Oh, that'll make you feel good as a hitter right there. You'll often hear the phrase, short to it, long through it, and that's a great example of it right there. Got the barrel in the hitting zone early, squared it up with the well-timed swing, and came away with a beautiful line drive in the center field.
Inside, and it's 2-1.
Well, here's a good opportunity.
Players this year, batting .265, .314 on base. Yeah, used to be a Brewer, like I said. Still have a lot of. I think we still have like 2 or 3 years
in this inning to get on the scoreboard after that leadoff hit, and
part
the order coming up right behind them. This is where they need to get going.
That's right up the middle.
Short could be 2
to the second baseman, to the first baseman. That is a
double play.
Now leadoff single.
And here's the first baseman, Michael Toglia.
Toglia here, 2 outs. Had a single on his last at bat back in the first.
So Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now. Doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep, because teams are really aggressively building their bullpens. 3-2 now.
Recognize that changeup right out of the hand. Just spit on it.
Out towards left center.
Pops up that pass.
Ortiz sizing this one up. And that is that.
Shut out in Peralta.
Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Stepping in, Bryce Terang. That one finds the zone. Now he's in a 1-2 hole.
Player last year. Did not know he wanted to go last year. Those stats certainly make sense then.
And there's a ball.
2 strikes.
Back-to-back curveball. Doesn't go anywhere.
And a swing and a line drive into right field.
Moniak moved out of the way.
Makes the turn and heads for second.
Read that wrong.
He moved
He's
out
of
of
the way. That's going to be a
lead-off triple.
He needed that one. It's been a tough stretch at the plate lately. Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin out through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
High. And the count is even, 2-2.
But he is
misses. 3-2 now. Ground ball right side.
Drives in the run. He kind of rolled over on this pitch a little bit, but he got enough behind it to shoot it through for a knock. And you'll take that anytime you can get him to find a hole.
Ground ball left side.
Third out. Out at second, but the Brewers do add 1 here in the third.
Welcome back. And struggles at the plate in this series as we take a look at the numbers.
Brenton Doyle had a single on his last at bat.
That one fouled off.
That one hard, but it goes foul.
Next offering misses down and away. And that is downstairs. And now it's filled up 3-2.
That doesn't get any closer than that.
And he grounds one to the right
that
side.
Hard to the second baseman.
Throws to first. And one gone to the fourth as they get the leadoff man.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Ryan McMahon steps to the plate. One out, base is empty.
Last at bat wasn't able to do anything with it, though.
Falling behind 2-1.
Well, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or two is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
Fought off foul.
I would throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
That's ball 4. Tried another fastball, but missed the spot. Runner on at first with one gone. So in now for Colorado, Ezequiel Tovar. Slice the other way and foul. Throw to first, and he's back in safely.
I think you want to get a one-way lead, be very aggressive in the secondary. This hitter not a power guy, so you want to make sure that you can get some length on the secondary lead and perhaps score on a ball in the gap.
Foul ball still, a 1-2 count. Man at first, one away. Runner on the goal.
McMahon takes off. And he is out by a mile.
And that ends the inning.
The old striking out, throw him out to end the inning, trying to force some action on offense, but he was all over it behind the plate.
Back here in Milwaukee, here's the center fielder, Des Cameron. That one in there across the letters.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
It's on Baltimore. Didn't know that.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. And that's 6 Ks for him in this one. Andrew Monasterio now at the plate. Just missed.
Definitely a swing and miss slider down and in. He finished that really well. Just couldn't get him to offer at it.
Lifted in the air, left field, pretty well struck. Bouchard puts it away, and that is that. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point. The 2-1.
Bouchard. That'll bring him up to bat, and he will take that the other way.
Base hit.
That'll be a lead-off single.
Next for Colorado, Mickey Moniak.
Walking his last at bat.
Ball down.
All these Rockies doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. Starter's leash has to be getting tighter with his pitch count where it is, but so far he's been really effective in this one.
Looks like the third baseman will make that play.
Hauls it in for the out.
Unproductive out.
You know, sometimes it just takes getting to the bullpen in order to be able to score runs, and that might be the case today.
Now the catcher up to hit, Jacob Stallings. Check on the runner.
No, he's safe.
Bouchard, the runner at first with one gone in the inning. Misses off the plate, and the count's even at 2.
The guy at the plate could recognize slider out of the hand. Didn't stay in the tunnel very long in terms of depth and perception. He knew right away.
Got him swinging. He chased the changeup. They get 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today. So the lineup flips over. Next for the Rockies is the DH, Chris Bryant. Out to short.
Gonna hit that
Ortiz.
right to the shortstop. He's gonna
sends
make
it across the
play.
first. Bryant out of the
Leadoff single will turn out to be
back here at American Family Field. We head to the bottom of the fifth. Here's Yelich at the dish. That one the other way, and foul ball. Next offering upstairs. And they'll do it again.
Irons on that fastball.
And it remains 2-2. Ripped to short, snagged on a bounce. Tosses to first, and the leadoff man set down in their half of the fifth. So up next, Bryce Terang.
Triple on his last at bat.
That's out to center field. Doyle settles underneath it. Snags it for the second out. 2 down, bases empty. And now the catcher comes up to hit. William Contreras. Swing and a ball lined out towards center. No trouble here. Puts it away for the
inning. Back-to-back.
They hand the ball over to a new arm, Abner Uribe. And this is appearance number 45. Now it's the second baseman, Owen Miller.
Sinker, slider, fastball.
Got the bat going too soon and strike 2.
It's been tough for the offense so far, but you can't get frustrated. You got to find a way to shake it off, go up there and relax. That's the only way you're going to be able to put runs up on the board.
Now one miss. Activity in the bullpen for the Brewers. Yoel Payamps getting loose out there. Hudson getting loose as well.
And he hits that up the middle, and that's going to be a leadoff single.
Man aboard on the leadoff single.
The usual for him.
And now, Michael Toglia. Squirts away a little bit, and the runner stays where he is.
Quickly holds back on that slider. 2-1 count.
And that one fouled off. With the tying run at the plate, and we're in the top half of the sixth. Puts it in the air out towards left center. Chorio sizes this one up, and there's one down. And the batter now, Brenton Doyle. Miller leads off first with 1 away. Swings and misses, struck him out. And Chris, that's a way to neutralize his speed by keeping him off base.
And the defense breathes a sigh of relief because he puts pressure on everyone if he can put the ball in play. But that's how you do it. Keep him off balance, get him out of there, and deal with the next guy. Well, they've kept him pretty quiet in this series. Still doesn't have a knock. I know you want to get that first knock out of the way. Maybe more will come. But you got to give some credit to the pitching staff. They've had a great plan against him.
And that gets down for a base hit. And now first and second with 2 outs. The batter will be the shortstop, Ezekiel Tovar.
RBI opportunity.
The shortstop takes the ball.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
Oh, and that almost hits him. 3-1 count.
In for a strike, and now just 1 pitch away from surviving the inning.
Runners will be off here. 2 outs and 13 count. And Tovar destroys that slider. 3-2. And that is deep, and that is gone. And here in the top of the 6th,
he muscles
Rockies
that
take
one
a
out of here.
3-2 lead.
Home run number 10 of the year. And now they're out front. It's 3-2.
The one thing the pitcher didn't want to happen just happened. That's not an easy one to stomach. A breaking ball on the inside part of the plate requires a hitter to stay really square with his mechanics.
Elvis Peguero will take over here.
And compared to a lot of other relievers, strikeouts have not been a big weapon for him this year, so the defense should be active.
Now here is Sean Bouchard. That one fouled off, 2-2.
Bouchard, we're seeing on his last at bat opposite field.
Ripped on the ground to
second.
Terang over to first in time. And that is the third out of the inning.
But the
Rockies get 3 on this homer. It's now a 3-2 ball game.
3-run home run.
Well, we go bottom 6. And the batter now is Rhys Hoskins.
Bomber out there for another inning.
Missed with a changeup. Ball 2.
Well, after putting up a nice inning on offense, got some runs across. This is where you look for the starter to go out there, have a shutdown inning. Don't give that other team any hope. You just hope that he can get through this inning, get the bats back up there while they're hot.
Now here's Jake Bauers.
With him at 100 pitches, that would probably be his day.
Either way, at the latest, this will be his last
inning for sure. But we're just trying to get one more inning out of him to really solidify.
Ball, another 2-2 upcoming.
The strikeouts have been here today, and he's done pretty good.
That's in the
I got 3-2.
And a swing and a miss.
Them out on the
Picks up strikeout number 7.
Really love the pitch sequence right there. I'm telling you what, pitcher and catcher are on the same page right now.
Up now for Milwaukee, Jackson Chourio. Next offering is in for a strike. It was bumpy in the early going for the lefty, but he settled into a really nice groove. That one is inside ball 4. And I mean, oh, so close. 2 outs, runner at first. Daz Cameron, the next to hit. Manager out of the dugout now, and he'll make a move to dip into the Rockies bullpen.
Now you know we got a story. We fasted and prayed. God answered. That's why we give him all the glory. Yeah, that's what he do. Bring it through to the other side. All praises to the Most High.
Angel Chavez taking over on the mound.
And one thing on him, he's been really good this season at keeping the ball in the park. Not an easy guy to take deep.
With the go-ahead run at the plate here in the bottom of the 6th. That one to first. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Brewers strand 1. They're down 3-2. And we're back. And now the right fielder, Mickey Moniak.
Can the Rockies continue with that momentum?
Swing and a ball popped up.
Moniak can't.
Corrals it. And there's one down. Now the Rockies catcher, Jacob Stallings.
With 2 strikeouts.
Now he breaks his bat.
Break the bat on that.
Throws the first in time. And a couple of quick outs. Here's Bryant now. That misses. 2-1. 2 down, nobody on. Here in the top half of inning number 7.
Versus righties this year, but it's been very struggling versus lefties.
Swing and a high fly ball right field. Bauers makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league. Looking to get the tying run on base. And that's down and away.
At least to start off with decent stats.
Right side. In plenty of time to first, and they get the leadoff hitter in the 7th. Next for Milwaukee, Andrew Monasterio. Swing and a miss. And it's 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
That one missing inside. That's ripped into the outfield. He hauls it in, 2 away.
Well, off the bat, it looked like they might get that tying run on base, maybe even extra bases.
That is right down the middle, and Yelich destroys that. He does not miss that pitch at all. That slider's not too much of the plate in the first.
His 14th of the year. It's 3-3. So, Singy, this is a little bit of a surprise. A guy known for line drives hits one over the fence.
Well, if you're a little too early, you'll get some elevation in the ball, get out of the ballpark. For him, it's kind of a mistake. But you know what? When you have such a good approach, every now and then you're going to run into that.
So it's all tied up thanks to the home run. Here's the second baseman, Bryce Terang. Slings to first. They don't come much closer than that. Bang, bang play to end the inning. But the Brewers add one with a solo. Yoel Payams gets the call from the pen. He has a great slider with tons of movement. Outside. And it's 2-1. Action in the pen down there. Trevor McGill up and loosening in the pen. Hudson also throwing. That's a hit. And the go-ahead run is on base.
Well, patience and discipline paid off right there as he got into an advantage count. That's about as textbook as it gets. Got his stride and load out of the way early. He stayed inside that ball and squared it up out front. Man, that was like he was in the cage hitting off a tee. And now a chance to maybe get creative on offense with good speed on first.
Next to hit, Michael Toglia.
All sliders so far in this at-bat to get ahead in the count, and clearly shows there was a game plan in mind for how to attack him in the box.
In the dirt, blocked. Well done behind the dish.
Sneaker low would have been a great pitch to run on. He was looking for that double play with that pitch.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball.
If you're a base runner, you've got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get into scoring position.
And that one is downstairs. Ball 3.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
Runner on the go.
And he takes that to the win. That's into the gap. Toglia with a big base hit.
Rounds third.
Miller rounds third.
He'll score easily.
Scores, and Michael Toglia comes clutch.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. I don't know how he's able to shoot that pitch the other way and still put something on it. That pitch was inside, and he let it get really deep. So pretty incredible hands to fight it off and still get good wood on it.
Next to hit for the Rockies, Brenton Doyle. Next pitch is outside.
Doyle 1 for 3 on the day.
And ball 4, 2 more.
There.
Well, they didn't give him anything to hit, and now with runners on first and second, they've set up a double play opportunity. So not a terrible result.
And a swing and a miss.
Rockies in prime position to add on.
That's off the inside corner. Full count now.
This is a really good feeling for a hitter. At this point in the ball game, you know that they don't want to walk you, so you're going to get a pitch to hit. You just better not miss it.
Fouls off the low slider.
Toglia at second. Doyle on at first with nobody out.
Either way, if he took it, most likely a strike.
Swung on,
it's a good swing onto that fastball down the middle. Center fielder is running for it, and he will catch it at the corner.
Ronnie tags at second, and he makes it up to third with 1 away.
90 feet away with only 1 out.
Ezekiel Tovar digging in for the Rockies.
Barb hit a 3-run home run.
Could use a ground ball here. Something in the infield. Runner at first base. Get 2, get out of this.
Yeah, a big swing and a miss.
Big pitch right here. He's going to try to make a pitch. It's going to produce a strikeout or a ground ball double play.
Put it into play.
Swing and a
strikes out on the high.
Well, it gets talked about a lot, but a good high fastball in a 3-strike situation, it's just become such a problem for hitters. And more recent years. But with all of the emphasis by pitchers on...
And he strikes out.
A swing and a miss at the fastball.
Rockies do add one, but that's all.
Ready for the bottom of the 8th. And here's the catcher, William Contreras. Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. So the Rockies turn the ball over to a new arm, Tyler Kinley.
And he's had a really hard time throwing strikes so far this season. His walk rate is up there among the worst in the league for relievers.
And that gets down into the gap. Makes the turn. He's digging for second. Here comes the throw. Not in time. That's a leadoff double.
Well, that's how you respond. Leadoff man comes up, gets in the scoring position. Now, there are several ways that they can get this run across.
And there's the ball. Late that time, and it's strike 2.
Thank you.
Swing,
strikes,
and that's a strikeout.
And there's another strikeout, and those are just continuing to pile up. His confidence level has got to be dropping. He's got to find a way to make an adjustment, Booth, get back on track. His team needs him.
One ball, tying run at second.
That is
line drive, and this might be trouble. Runner around third. He'll score. And he's in the second base with one away as the go-ahead run.
Such great
third
concentration. Everybody on their feet, knowing that you can come through with a good swing. And there he doesn't try to do too much.
The batter now, Jackson Chorio. And ball 4 to a ball.
Very close off the outside corner. Could have easily been called a strike in that location.
So they're making a move for a bat off the bench. Sal Freeland, big spot for him here. Manager out of the dugout now. And
lefty here.
Scott Alexander on the pitch here.
He doesn't get a lot of strikeouts compared to other relievers, so he relies on getting that soft contact and the defense doing the work behind him. They'll have to be on their toes with him on the bump.
2 on, 1 out. Tapped in front of the plate.
And
slings to first in time.
That is second out of
At the plate, Joseph Ortiz. On the ground.
Hobart loves it and
makes it to Tavia, and that'll keep more runs from coming in. Inning over. Brewers pick up a run on this RBI double. All even now with 4.
3 RBIs, really carrying on.
We're back, and on the mound is the closer.
Interesting.
Trevor McGill.
He's thrown the ball very well overall this season. He's been really tough to get to. You see that ERA, and that's where you love to be.
Way high with that one. And it's 2-1.
That was absolute gas. Triple digits on the gun. It's just a different experience as a hitter watching that go by.
Swing and a high fly ball. That's out to center. Brings it in. 1 up, 1 down. Next for Colorado, Jacob Stallings. 4-4 in the 9th. That one back up the middle
right
and
up
gets
the
through.
Middle. Stallings with a 1 out swing here in the 9th.
Always feels amazing getting a job done when the team needs you to come through. It's just bigger than your own individual stats. Just kept it simple, played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down.
Here is Chris Bryant. 1 away, tie game. Go-ahead run stands at first. And down on strikes he goes. Too long.
Well, that curveball had some pretty good break to it. As you can see, the hitter just locked up a little bit. Thought it was a great pitch to hit, but sometimes you're looking for something else, and you can't pull the trigger.
Check swing. He went too far, and it's a strike.
Count here.
2-2 count.
Miller looking for his 3rd base hit of the game. Ooh, barely fouls out on.
Swing and a miss. That's the first fastball we've seen today. Made it look easy. The one hit is all they get. And 9-1-2 scheduled to lead off. And welcome back to the ballpark. Here's the third baseman, Andrew Monasterio. Out to short, Tovar. Tosses to first, and the leadoff man retired here in the ninth. Now it's Christian Yelich. Bases empty, one away here in the last half of inning number 9. Swings and misses, struck him out. Slider got him for strike 3. Now Bryce Terang trying to send this to extra innings. Swinging a foul out of play.
Trying to keep good speed off the bases.
Swings, strikes him out, and this game is going into extra innings.
On the mound now, Ryan Hudson. Go ahead run on base. Michael Tolia digging in for the Rockies. Man at second. Late swing, fouled off.
Just want to put it in play.
As a pitcher, you know the runner on second is ready to push things with his speed. A base hit's probably going to be a big run, so you really have to execute on the mound.
That's outside, and a full count now.
Hitter's got some good opposite field power. What I like about something being hit to the right side into the outfield is that the base runner at second has a very good read and can determine whether or not he can score on that base hit.
Thought he had it there. That was off another hanger. Eighth pitch of the at-bat coming up.
Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
Another one. All good swings. Just can't put it in play. 10th pitch coming up.
Fights it off. You'll see another.
That at-bat is becoming ridiculous.
And a swing and a miss. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. So here's the cleanup hitter, Brenton Doyle. And it's fouled off.
Really going after him here. All fastballs to get ahead in the count.
And he couldn't hold back. He's
held back.
Nice work there to get the strikeout, and that's a big second out. I'll tell you, this home crowd will be fired up. They can get out of this and leave that go-ahead run stranded in scoring position. This is a big moment in this game.
Drilled in the air, high and deep right field.
Man, but the good swing onto that curve. It's going, it's going, it's going, it's gone.
Straight into the visitors'
McMahon
bullpen.
here in the top of the 10th. Lefty, lefty, goes
season.
deep.
It's 6-4.
And the Rockies take the lead here in the top of the 10th.
That one was a hanger, and pitchers typically don't get away with making a mistake like that. And right there, he made him pay.
So 2 down. Now it's the shortstop, Ezekiel Tovar. And that's off the inside edge. And that's ball 2. Swings through that one for strike 2. Activity in the bullpen. Jared Koenig up and throwing. Myers also getting ready. Outside corner got him looking. 2 runs on 1 hit, the 2-run homer.
Now they
last chance to even things up.
In the bottom of the 10th.
Back here in Milwaukee, and now it's William Contreras. Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Diego Castillo on to try and close it out.
Well, he's been a bit of a wild card out there in terms of throwing strikes. He's definitely struggled with free passes this year.
Tying run at the plate. And fouled off.
Core of their lineup here.
Well, he knows they don't want to give him anything to hit, but when you've got opportunities to drive in runs, you've got to expand the zone. He's capable of going out there and doing damage with it.
Miller gets to first. And they get the leadoff man in the 10th. And it's Rhys Hoskins up to the dish. That one not close. And that's ball 2.
Well, an interesting situation. One swing you can tie up the ball game. But if you're patient and work a walk, then you bring the game-winning run to the plate.
With the tying run at the plate, and the home team trying to pull it out. Miller throws the first in time. Now 2 away as they get a run across. So they're down to their final out. Now it's the right fielder, Blake Perkins. Close, but called the ball. 2-1. A 1-run lead. And here in extra innings. Next offering in there for a strike. And that's strike 2.
2 count. Bottom of the 10.
Got him, and that's the ball game.
Extra innings 6-5. Rockies pretty shut out from the starting pitcher, but like the announcer that sometimes you just got it in the bullpen. Once the Brewers started using the bullpen, the Rockies started hitting. Rangers offer us a deal. Doesn't really make sense. Date is the last day for scouting. I think we'll keep him on this. How to get some of these last minute guys out. Oh wait, yeah. And then center field. Okay, we're gonna move you to him solely. And him solely. Probably what I should have had it on anyways. Let's get to the trade. I mean, not the trade deadline. The draft. Twins are gonna offer us a trade right here. Ryan Dopenak seems alright for Owen Miller, who's been very good this year. Possibly gonna be our all-star. Nothing but progression. +5 versus lefties contact. You love to see that. Yeah, we do have 3 years left of arbitration, so I don't think I'm going to take that. Now we get into the draft. Oh. This closer looks great. We want Rick Gonzalez. We have the 4th pick. I don't think he's going to drop to the 4th pick, but I really hope he does drop to the 4th pick. If not, Chester Adamson also looks good. I don't know if he'd be our 1st round pick, but he does look like a respectable catcher. Over left field. He looks alright. We didn't get him fully scouted, which is what concerns me. We did get Rico fully scouted. Which is nice. He looks good. Looks a bit raw. He's only 19 years old, but looks like he's going to be a solid defender, kind of a contact hitter, maybe a Steven Kwan type. Left field, Kevin Erdman, who looks very powerful. Raw though, is 18 years old. Fernando looks also like a solid outfielder. Looks decent. Same with Alexa. Looks okay. You know, looks like more of a defensive outfielder than anything, but looks decent. The starters, Milo looks really good. Projected to be 2nd overall pick. Projected at the 8th overall pick, our 3rd overall pick. Stuart Lawson, he also looks very, very good. get into the draft. First overall pick is the Nationals. And with the first overall pick, the Washington Nationals will select catching prospect Rick Gonzalez. He was projected to be first overall pick. He looks so good. I hate to see that. I really wanted to get him. Very curious to see how he turns out. Second overall pick, the Angels select a surprising Kyle Brown, starting pitching prospect. Third overall pick, the Seattle Mariners select Ernest Dota, starting pitching prospect. And now the Rockies are on the board. Could go with the closer. He's projected not to go till the 50th round, and we do have 41st and a 69th pick. So Lawson, I don't think he should be a first round pick. Madison looks good. Rico looks good. He does, but I just don't know if he's first round selection good. You know, you have someone like Erdman, Kevin, who looks good. The only thing I'm nervous when it comes to him is his discipline and his contact abilities. His potential sitting at 78 to 93, so it could be pretty good, but it also could be pretty bad. He's projected to go first 15 picks, so if we don't get him now, we're not gonna get him. Miles Zimmerman is still sitting here, who we had projected at the number 2 pick, 21 years old. Projected to be a very good strikeout pitcher. His hits per nines are a little concerning. You got Lawson here, who looks a little more like he might need a little more time, but still looks very good as well. Hughes, who looks like he has some control issues, but doesn't look too bad. But I think the right choice here is between Kevin and Milo. Honestly, I would love to take a position player, but this time I feel like doesn't feel like there's one that I can. So I think with the 4th overall pick, the Colorado Rockies are going to select Milo Zimmerman, starting pitching prospect. And then next, let's see who else got took. So the Cardinals took Rico. Hughes went to Lawson to the Blue Jays. Alexa, yep. To the Rays. I think the next pick we got to pick Sean Farley. He looks like a very, very good closing pitcher, and we need some of that. So we're going to select him in our 2nd overall pick. And we gotta go Pablo here for sure. Get Mitch next. Now we don't have anyone on our drafted. Let's see what pitchers look like. Maybe he could be a decent backup one day. Defensively, he looks alright. Potential-wise, Richard could be good, so I guess let's take Richard Weber. I mean, then I want to take Peter. And then after that, we're going to let Zim do the rest. Pirates offer us a trade for Andrew Heaney. Didn't even know he was on the Pirates. I think I'm good, especially if you're Roma. I'm okay, thank you. Home Run Derby. Let's see who's in it. Ohtani, of course. Ohtani's in it. Of course, Ohtani's in it. Tatis, Betts, Dare, Rooker. Man, Rooker. He's so good. Harper, Judge, Christian Walker. Seems about right. Let's see who our All-Star was this year. World's All-Star voting. Not pitching. That's not surprising. Jacob Starlings. I mean, I can accept that. He's been good this year in 78 games, 9 home runs, 33 RBIs, 350 on base, 754 OPS. Looks like that's our only All-Star. Does surprise me a little bit. I feel like Owen Miller probably deserved it a little more than he did. But we don't get to decide that, right? So, is what it is. But we have our first signing opportunity. I know how this works. Thank you. Let's see. We get Milo. That is very good to see. Focus on this closer first. See if he'll take a mil on the dot. He does. Luckily, we have most of these people's interest rate already up from scouting them. So that makes it a lot easier to sign them. 284. We might be able to get everyone. No, our closing pitcher is behind. So we get everyone but our closing pitcher. Lineup. Felter's still playing good. Freeland. Gomer's been playing good. Angel continues to be good. He's making good progression. See potential, so he still has a lot of room to grow. So I love to see that. Victor B potential. Playing a little rough this year, but continues to develop, which I love to see. Scott Alexander's been respectable. Kenley's been good this year. Gilbrett's been good this year. You know, we've had some solid bullpen arms for sure. For sure. But I think it's time to make our first trade. And I already know where I'm going with this first trade. It's actually going to be to the Blue Jays. If we take a look at the Blue Jays right now, they are second in the division, 54 and 43. And if we go over to the Blue Jays, they need starting pitching help. And we have a starting pitcher we want to get rid of. That's Austin Gomber. Not only are we going to be trading Austin Gomber, they need relieving help too. We're going to throw them our closer, and Diego Castillo, who's been really good in 37 innings. They could put him to use. And for that, we are going to be going over to the relievers. We are going to be grabbing Rodriguez from them, who is a B potential, 27 years old. And he's had a little bit of time in the major leagues. He was all right. He is signed for the next 4 years under contract, so we don't have to worry about that. Ups and downs. He could be a bullpen arm for us, or we could try to flip him back into a starting pitcher. He was originally a starter. They've bounced back and forth. Doesn't really know where he's going to go, but we're thinking maybe a fresh start in Colorado can do him justice. Not only are we going to be going for him, but we're going for Justin too. He's a left-handed pitcher. Time in the major, he's bounced up and down. In AAA this year, he's been outstanding. They're not using him, so I want to put him to use here in Colorado. He is only 61 overall, but he's not going to be expensive to re-sign if he's good with us. As well as we're going to be going to second base for Will Wagner. This is Bill Wagner, is that his name? His son. And last year he was good. This year he hasn't been too good, but he can play the infield. Maybe he becomes something. If not, he can hold down some positions for us. It's going to be our first trade. With that trade, we're going to be moving, for now, Wagner down to AAA, as we do not need him in the majors. But we'll need a new starter, because I'm gonna start him in the bullpen. We'll see how it goes. If he does good, maybe we'll move him to the starting rotation. If he does good, maybe. But now we got to pick who's gonna close our games, and I think it's fair to ask Lucas too. I mean, he's been really good this year, so let's give him that chance. And then we'll have Tyler Kenley set them up. We're going to have Rodriguez in the long reliever spot. And maybe put Jaden Hill in the... We'll keep them both there, actually. Actually, what we'll do is... Now we have Justin. We traded for him. We do need another lefty. Let's add him to the 40-man. We're going to call him up. And we're going to send down Jaden Hill, who's been god-awful. 5 ERA. And we'll have him bullpen. Maybe here in Colorado, we'll figure some things out. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. I feel like for what we gave up, I mean, it was 2 players into the contract. They're getting half a season from. We're getting 2 relievers that could potentially be something. Maybe not. Maybe they will. I don't know. I want to call Chase Godlander because he's been good, but I don't want to rush him and mess up his progression, so we're not gonna, because his walks per 9 and home runs per 9 do not look ready at all. His hits per 9 and K per 9s are decent, but he doesn't look ready. So, with that, we can kind of call up whoever now. But instead of calling someone up, I actually have another trade for us to do that should fix that problem. And that's going to be us going to the New York Mets. If we go over to the Mets. Or the Mets. They're 52 and 45. Good team. They're looking to make the playoffs. And if we go over to them. I think I passed them. Did I pass them? No, I did not. Hey there. They need infield help. McNeil has been terrible. Acuna could be something, but right now nothing's guaranteed. So we're gonna look to help them out. They don't necessarily need a third baseman. They have Mark Vientos, but they could use a second baseman and potentially a first baseman after next year. So I think a trade that would make sense for them is Ryan McMahon. They're still getting a lot out of him. He's been very consistent for years, defensively, offensively, and right now he's having a career year, and he still has 2 years of control left. So they're getting some goodness out of him for sure. And with that, the first person we're going to pick up is Brett Beatty, 25 years old, third baseman, was once a top prospect for the Mets, got called up, hasn't been able to put it together. Right now in AAA, he's playing decent. And then not only will we be asking for him, we're going to be getting Christian Scott as well. Has some MLB experience, not much. 25 years old, bullpen starter, we don't know. Right now he's been starting games in AAA and he's been great. And that's what we're going to attempt to use him as, is a starter. We're going to change his position to a starter and use him there and see how that goes. But that's going to be our second trade. And with that, we're going to add him to the 40-man, move him up, and make him a starter. It could, yeah, puts his potential, I mean, his overall up a lot by like 10. But with that, we need someone to play in the infield now. So Brett Beatty can kind of take that spot now at third base. Versus righties at least. And then I mean, it could be really anyone versus lefties. You know, Brian's been good, so not what I wanted to do. Brian's been good, so I guess we can throw them there and then just switch it like that so he's DHing. There we go. And then just move him down versus lefties. We're gonna get through a few more games here. No, thank you. Marlins offers trade for Braxton Garrett. 3 years of arbitration left. Been very good for them, and they want Ryan Felter in return. Okay, so hindsight says take the trade. He has better potential, better overall, has had better years, younger, just as much team control. But the reason I'm not going to take this trade is because I don't want to be hyper realistic, but I want to keep it somewhat realistic, and I feel like realistically, that's just not realistic. AJ Puck for Jacob Stallings, maybe. Puck's been alright. And they need catching help, I'm guessing. Not really, no. See if we can get Sean Farley to accept the trade. I mean the signing, and he does. He signs with us. They really want to give us Chris Martin, don't they? Mark Leiter. Jeff Starlins. He's got a really good bullpen arm, so I don't feel like that makes sense. I don't want him. Connor Joe, legend, if you were here last year. He was very good. If you look at the team here, I feel like Brian's stats are coming down a little. That could be because we haven't played versus lefties now. Miller stays hot, man. And Toglia stays hot. Almost had a career high in home runs. You know, Doyle's making really good potential. Not playing that good, but making really, really fucking good potential. If he can do that, that'd be big. It's like some people playing a bit better. Brett Beatty, not really. Moniak's, Moniak, I guess. In rotation, Scott's been great. And to do that. Three innings, been okay. 4 innings, got kind of rocked. It's kind of save. There is one trade left to make. And that is going to be with the Cincinnati Reds. And if we take a look at the Reds in the Central Division, 54 and 54, they need some offensive spark. They got the pitching rotation, but if we go over and we take a look at their offense, there's this guy named Will Benson, who's had good years with them, has had some bad years. They're not really using him. But one position they do need is third base and first base, which a player that we have can help out with. His name's Owen Miller. Does have a lot of team control, but I'm trying to be realistic in the sense we can look at him and tell you that he's potential. He's not going to get much better. We need to capitalize on this while we can. So we're going to be throwing him and a left fielder by the name of Tommy, however you say that, or the right fielder, Will Benson. I feel like this gives us the outfielder to actually look forward to be excited about, and kind of build around. You know, he has a good amount of team control, and I think he could be a good player for us here in Colorado. So we're going to make that trade. And with that trade, he's going to take over right field versus lefties, obviously. We'll probably do something along the lines of that. Move him down right there. We need a second baseman. We could call up Will Wagner. Don't really need to. Hasn't really been that good. So I think at second base, we'll just let Alan Trejo play. I mean, he's got decent stats versus righties at least, and he's been decent. He's had ups and downs in Colorado. Versus lefties is the question. He's not going to play versus lefties. We'll wait for that. But who is going to play versus lefties is a question. 41-29, 45-40. We'll have him play. And we'll have to switch up this lineup somehow. I don't want to mess up Chris Bryan by playing him versus lefties, so we'll just take him off and keep him versus righties for now. I think keeping like this is probably fine. So, team has gone through some changes. We look at the transactions completed, trades for the Rockies, made our trade with the Blue Jays, and our trade with the Mets, as well as now our trade with the Reds. I feel like trade with Blue Jays, Mets, obviously for them to win, so we were able to get a little more back. But honestly, I feel like my favorite trade was probably with the Reds, where I feel like we're kind of benefiting each other. See what other trades happen around. The Padres get Tony, good bullpen arm, and Blue Jays trade White Sox trade Michael A. Taylor for Luis Lara, Vinny Pasquino for David Fry. That's an interesting trade, to say the least. You know, Vinny kind of being the future first baseman of the Royals, and David Fry kind of being that utility bat for the Royals. So that's interesting. Not a lot of trades. Let's make sure there's no trades left for us to make. Let's take a look at the trade block. Bregman on the trade block. Interesting. Still don't understand why Butler's there. Wow, Yelich is really decreasing. That contract I was going to cut a Crawford. Why is he... I don't get that. Sean Baez, I don't get why he's there. Who the fuck is this guy? He's putting up Rookie of the Year's numbers. Why would they try to trade him? Brady Singer, you guys just traded for him. That doesn't... That doesn't make sense. I thought about going for Tony Gosselin. You know, he is in division. Maybe this offseason we do. But I ultimately decided not to because I felt like there wasn't a trade that realistically made sense for both sides. So I did not. Some interesting people on the trade block for sure. Med Rosario. Evan Carter, that would have been a nice bat for the future to pick up. Kind of similar to Will Benson. I did throw Ryan Felter on to see if I got any good trade offers, but I think we're going to hold on to him for now. Yeah, no one that piques my interest too much. Any prospect trades, maybe, that we could look at? Doesn't look like it. No one that piques my interest, at least. Look at contract extensions. Brenton still has a year of. Ooh, that's a lot of money. You're gonna contract for 2 years, skip a year of arbitration. Cool. Still keep him cheap. Toglia. Usu. Once a few years. Herman just not good, so it doesn't really make sense if we traded him because no one would want him. Will Benson. Might as well do this stuff now when you play, you know, that way you ain't gotta worry about these little contracts in the off season. Just take care of them now and call it a day. Tyler Freeland, he's made good progression. I mean, and they don't really hurt you to just renew people's contracts. At the end of the day, it's like $1 mil or so, give or take. You know, unless it's someone that you know you're not gonna bring back for some reason, like maybe you want to release that player, then obviously don't sign them, don't renew their contract. I mean, most of these players I'm fine with go ahead and renewing their contracts. You know, whether it's for a death or something. I would say that seems like a pretty. Brendan Doyle. Super fat. See potential. Pick up my fast. I'm good. I mean, I don't feel like. I don't know if anyone would want to trade for him. Like, realistically, like, I would want to capitalize on him because of his overall, he's going to have good trade value, but he's not having that good of a year and stuff, so No. Nationals. Good. That makes sense for me. Signed all our players. Let's see their potentials. And hope we did not mess up. Milo Zimmerman. 75 overall, 93 potential. He looks good. He looks good. Main thing is currently is his hits per nines and pitching clutch. Pro looks a little wild, but he has no velo whatsoever. 85 on the fastball, 82 two seam. How does this man strike people out? Well, he'll have time in the minors. I think where his K per nine and walk per nine is now, it's major league. That's major league right there. But because of his hits per nine, that's going to keep him in the minors. I think once it hits about that 55-60 mark, that's when he's going to be getting that call up. So maybe a year at max 2. And then our second overall pick, 87 potential, Sean Faraday. You honestly, with our team, you could throw him in right away, but we'll start him in the minors. Make sure he does good in AAA. With that pitching clutch, looks good. Pablo, 70 overall, 81 potential. Could get a few good years out of him. Looks decent. Mitch Vera, he looks good. I mean, his walks per nine is the issue, his control. But he has 85 potential. Maybe in 2 or so years, he becomes a player on our team. Richard Weber, nothing really. Peter, same with that. And Jamie, nothing really. I'm curious on I believe it was the Nationals with the first overall pick. There's Kevin. We considered drafting him instead. I definitely think we made the right choice going with player Stuart Lawson. He looks really good. He looks good. 8 potential, 92 potential. He looks good. Did we make the right choice going with Milo? I don't know, but he looks good. That's unsigned. But he does look good. There's Hoffman. We looked at him a little bit. See potential. It's a good thing we did not take him. Chester Adamson, someone we thought about taking, decided not to. It's a good thing we didn't. Not only is he away from the majors for a while, but his potential is not that good. Brian Mason, that's someone we looked at. Sean, we did not see this guy, but he looks good. Good contact hitting first baseman, can play the outfield, and has pretty solid, respectable defense. This was the 3rd overall pick. Looks decent. First overall pick, Rick Gonzalez. Yeah, man. Oh, he looks so good. Definitely a lefty crusher. 93 potential. A year in the minors, maybe, to get that contact and that power versus righties in the 60s, and that fielding and arm accuracy in the 60s, and he's in the major league. He's already got good reaction, great arm strength. Man, I really wanted him. I really, really wanted him. That sucks. But the Nationals got him, and we'll see how he develops. Man, that sucks. Darius Hughes, we looked at him too. He looks pretty good. 88 potential, 61 overall. Rico, we looked at him. We thought about taking him. Cannot field. Super fast. Cannot field. Looks like in about 2 or 3 years, he's going to be really good. But I'm happy with our draft. I think we focused on pitching this year, and it paid off. I think we got a lot of good pitchers for our future. For sure. For sure. Let's take a look at the team one more time real quick and look at the stats, get a little stats update, and then we'll call it episode. Hunter Goodman, Nothing crazy. Kyle, nothing crazy. Pretty bad actually. Mickey Moniak, pretty bad. Estrada, pretty bad. Bean, pretty bad. Everyone's making good progression, but that's all because they're in their 60s and have state potential. Chris Bryant's been a good DH for us. We'll keep him there. He's most games he's played in a year. He's been decent. 15 at bats, 9 hits. Hey, y'all, sorry, batting 600. Will Benson only played 22 games in the majors, so we'll give him some time. He does strike out a lot, which is one of his flaws, but give him some time. Toglia's been really breaking out this year. I'm very, very happy with his numbers. If he can do stuff like this throughout his career, I mean, it's on pace for a solid. If he played 162 games, which I doubt he has played every game. I don't know. I'd have to count how many games we played. Probably 40, 45 home runs, you know. But if he keeps going on this pace, can finish 30, 35 home runs, I'll be more than happy. 90, 100 RBIs, you know. OPS right on the 800 mark. If he can sit around that 310, 320 on base and slugging 450, 500, I'll be more than satisfied with him. The last 10 games, batting 300. He is really, really good. I'm very happy to have someone like him to build around. He is very good. Doyle's alright, I guess. I mean, his defense is always going to be there. He's made really good progression power-wise this year. I think if he keeps making progression like this, we'll be good offensively eventually. But thing is, his fielding's really high. That's why his potential is as high as it is, and he only has B potential, so it's not going to get much better. Tovar, you know, he's striking out less, and he's walking more, which is good, but he's not getting as many hits. Sean's been going down versus lefties, has gone down as a whole. Brett Beatty in 11 games has been god-awful, and Jacob Stallings is not that good. So, still this seems very bad even after the trade deadline, but that's okay. We got some pieces to build around, and that makes me happy, including Christian Scott, who in 2 starts, 12 innings, has only allowed 2 earned runs. You know, he's been good. I'm very excited to pitch with him in the next episode. Armand's trash. Ryan Felter is good. I think next 2-3 years, you know, that Felter and Scott, if we can keep them at the top of the rotation, at least we'll have some decent pitching. Freeland's been actually alright this year. He has been awful, but he hasn't been great. Last 10 starts, 4.58. It's been alright. Got him for 2 more years under contract. And Antonio's been awful. Got him for 2 more years under contract. Only 5 innings. Angel continues to stay great. He's going to be one of our main bullpen arms for sure for a few years. 77 innings, 3.13. We love that. Victor's been really good. If he can continue to develop like this, he will be all-star in no time. 4 ERA. 6 innings, 4 ERA. Tyler Kidney, he has 10 L's. That's insane. 4 ERA's been alright. And Gilbert's been alright. 1 blown save, 1 non-blown save. I think we've had a pretty respectable bullpen. I think it's mainly our starting rotation. But bullpen-wise, we've been pretty respectable in my opinion. But that's going to end the episode here. Let me know what you think about the trades in the comments. And I will catch y'all later.